And I just wanted to say as well, Jamie, you know, your guy that rung in, the first guy you spoke to there, your mate.
Yeah.
He's having some stuff going on. He's
Yeah.
more than welcome to contact me. I can help him.
Okay. I'll let him know that. I wanted to comment on a couple of things you said. First off, the 222s and synchronicity. I've been seeing that a lot recently. For no odd reason, I'll just look at the clock and it's 2:22, or you know, I'm seeing it. But people have told me in the past that synchronicities, the more they happen to you, the more it means you are doing and you are where you're supposed to be in life.
Yeah.
At least that's a part of it. And about your dream, I've only had one dream like that I've told people a couple times, and it was a very vivid dream that I was on a plane, a twin prop plane, small plane, probably fits 30 people, and we were going down, and we landed in the ocean, and we were on fire. And then I remember looking at the crash from above, and all I could see is like a plywood with chairs sitting on it, smoldering. And the very next day, on nightly news, a plane had gone down in the Atlantic, and the footage of it was exactly what I seen in my dream. It was some debris, like a piece of plywood floating, with chairs still strapped to it, and smoking. So, you know, I don't know what a lot of people, you know, have them. You have them, I have them. You say talk to other people who do. So I think there's something there. A lot of ancient people thought their dreams were prophetic. They would, you know, they would sleep on it. You know, that's what it's called, sleep on it, because your dream will tell you what to do. But yeah, that's some interesting stuff.
Well, there are two sides of what's happening with me now that I've noticed, as well as all the psychic stuff. There are people that are contacting me for help, and if I can help them, I will. You know?
Great, that's great.
And also, Sue was talking to a guy on Facebook, and he's in the kind of alternative movement. He's like a presenter of some show on some little satellite thing. And she sent him the links of the radio stuff that I did. And she was talking to him, and so she told me she was. So I got involved in the chat. And he was very derogatory. He was swearing and stuff. And I was tempted to rip into him, but I wouldn't do that. You know, my dad always said to me when I was a kid, he said, "Steve, don't get angry with moronic things, because morons say moronic things," and that ran my head. And he basically said that I send are easily doctored, which they're not, by the way. A top email is a timestamp email. And he was very derogatory about what I do. And I said, well, you're supposed to be a researcher. Do your research. You know, here I am, for instance, 5,000 miles from you, and I've given you one direct prediction, and the other I've just spoken of. If you read these emails or watch the news footage, I say to people, if that's not what it means, you tell me what it means. Obvious what it means. If I say to you there's going to be a bomb scare in Orlando, and then there's a bomb scare in Orlando, what else can it mean?
Yeah. There was actually a bomb scare here in my town shortly after we had you on the show. And, you know, I'm nowhere near Orlando, in Orlando, but...
You're closer than I am, mate.
Yeah. But our Walmart was evacuated from a bomb scare just around that time, so...
Well, I mean, if for instance, if I was to say, right, there'll be a bomb scare in America, given the size of America, the odds ain't that great, really. If I was to say there's going to be a plane crash in the next year, and there was a plane crash in the next year, there's likely going to be. But if you define it down to what type of plane and where and what city, then it gets interesting, doesn't it? You know.
Yeah.
So, somebody who doesn't even know me is trying to debunk something that he can't debunk. I mean, I said to him, do you know what? You can get the best computer expert in the world, works for Apple or whoever they are. You can bring in the FBI if you want. You can absolutely strip my computer down. You can't debunk something that's authentic. It's not possible.
Right.
The cheek of the guy, unbelievable.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm faced now.
Yeah.
People are trying to out me as a fraud, and I'm blatantly not.
It's happened to us in the past many times when we
It
were
drives you crazy. It really does.
we were filming. We would film UFOs, and of course they look different when you're there filming them compared to what they come out, on a little camcorder, and people, oh, that's a plane, or that's that, and that's that. So we just got to the point where, look, I don't need to prove nothing. I know what I know. That's all I need to know.
Yeah. I suppose it hits a bit of a nerve with me because obviously through these visions, as well as what happens, a lot of it's very unpleasant. What happens? People die. People have just died in New York, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm led through these visions by my deceased parents. Then I've got some guy who doesn't even know me, basically calling me a liar. I was not happy about it, but I kept my dignity. I won't swear at him. I don't need to.
Yeah, they're not skeptics. They're straight up debunkers. They don't care what the evidence is. It's not true. It doesn't happen. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I'd rather be me than be them.
Yeah, exactly. Indeed.
People are weird, aren't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, your guy there that's got that negative stuff going on that he's perceiving as negative.
Okay. Yeah.
Without sounding arrogant, spirits don't mess with me. They're I would say frightened to death, but they're already dead.
Yeah.
But I'll take them on and I'll tell them to get out and they go.
Exactly. You got
Atta boy, Steve.
You got to take ownership of your house and force them out and yell at them, scream at them.
But the first thing, and I'll emphatically say this, is to accept. If you've got something negative hanging about you that you perceive as negative, and you react in a negative way to that, negatives make a positive. The positive for the spirit will feed from your negativity. Mm-hmm. If you accept it and say, right then, come on then, bring it on, and tell it to get the hell out, it has no choice but to get the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
And I could help him. I will link into this thing and see what it is. And if it ain't very nice, I'll give it. This is, you leave, or I'll throw you out.
I'll definitely give him your number, and you can talk to him. I basically did that, but I didn't tell the guy to leave. I told him to do something, and that's when I had my experience. So it wasn't too pleasant.
I mean, it was, for me, initially, my head was spinning with it all, what was happening to me. Because, again, I had that quandary of, who am I going to tell about this? Because people are just going to say you're mad. Yeah. And I knew I wasn't mad. So I took it on. In the end, I got annoyed with it. I said, right, bring it on then. I'll meet you halfway here. Yeah. And that's how I dealt with it.
And belief plays a big role in it as well. I mean...
Again, it depends what you've been taught as you've been brought up. Doctrine and religion often doesn't help, because straight away you'll be told that it's kind of demonic, and it isn't necessarily that way, So it depends how you've been conditioned, really, as well.
Mm-hmm.
To try and put that to one side and use your own thoughts, your own intuition is there for a reason, and it doesn't often let you if you trust it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got another story that's relayed. Anything else you want to talk about before we let you go?
No, I think I've just about covered everything I needed to cover. Like I say, the odds that we were looking for on this Orlando thing is just it's astronomical. You could pluck a figure out the air. So when Steve was telling me, I just went, mate, I'll just tell them it's loads and loads and loads, because it's just impossible to get a definitive figure. You're starting with 45,000 to 1 before you even look into it any deeper.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, so...
All right,
but yeah, I'm just writing, trying to get this thing finished. I'm buried in words. Like I say, I've got square eyes, I'm writing that much. So there'll be a book for everybody to read eventually.
Yeah, great. Well, definitely... tell us about that when it's finished, and we'll definitely promote it for you, and we'll continue to talk to you and up to date on what's going on and what you're seeing and stuff.
I mean, if I get when I get some more, because it doesn't stop, because hopefully this lot is closed now, and I'll get a break for a bit, and then it will come back, and when we start again. So if I have any more for the States, I'll get them to you, and we'll watch it unfold again.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for calling
Steve.
in again.
That's cool. Thanks for talking to me.
Yep.
Yep, stay
Have
in
a
touch,
good night.
Steve. You know I'm on Skype all the time.
That's cool, MJ. Cheers, mate. Oh, I've got one
Yep.
last thing to say. I've been practicing this all day as well.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Hang your heads.
That's great.
Well done.
Well done. Thanks, Steve.
Okay, guys.
Bye.
Yep.
Speak to you
Bye.
later.
Yeah, wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
He did say something was going to happen, and sure enough, it happened.
Right, and it's he's got email, he's got timestamps, and he's got airtime. Go wrong.
Well,
Jamie, you had a little something your mom brought.
yeah,
to your
this
attention.
is kind of weird because my mom knows